Welcome everybody to the 2018 Pan Am Championships. We are about to start our final match of the tournament. Men's doubles, Mexico, Bolivia. Our head official is Fabian Torres from Colombia, going through some final instructions. Bolivia in the black, Mexico in the white. Coin toss starts any racquetball match in International Federation rules. So photos will occur and then we'll get going. I'm joined by Tournament Director and IRF Hall of Famer, Gary Mazeroff. Gary, what can we expect in this final?
Well, things go to Hoyle, my friend. We're going to get another tiebreaker. 3 matches, 3 tiebreakers. A lot of excitement, a lot of animation from the crowd. Hopefully this will live up to expectations. I don't have a favorite here. And, I mean, the top 2 teams arguably are here. So Keller's brother won the gold in singles. Mexicans, their compatriots, just won the doubles, women's doubles. 2 bronze medals in singles for Team Mexico. We have a gold for Bolivia. We have a gold for the USA and a silver. And it looks like overall Mexico will take the team championship.
In reference to points being earned from each player and team on how they finish, there's an overall award given to the teams first, second, and third based on points totals. Bolivia, it looks like, will serve first. These two met in the round robins, and it was Mexico who won in a tiebreaker. Here we go, 0-0. Expect a lot of excitement and action in this match. Just what the Bolivians wanted. An error from Beltran on the right, Montoya on the left. Serving is Roland Keller, his partner Conrado Moscoso.
Tim, you referred to Fabian Torres as our head official. We have Maria Paz Munoz as one of the lines persons and Gustavo Farel as the other.
Bolivia called for 2 bounces. They didn't get it. And then Moscoso buries it into the floor. Side out, only one of the pair get to serve at the beginning of a game. Terrific from Beltran. You saw him hit behind his back and then rip a winner on the right side. Bolivia want to skip. They're going to appeal it. And the call stands. So an appeal lost. They have 3. Then now they have 2. Montoya to serve. Second server. 2 serving 2. Crunching shot from Moscoso on the left. Lots of Bolivians here who have traveled down south. Many of them competing in the Challenger division, now enjoying their team competing in this final.
Mentioned earlier, Tim, I've seen more balls on drive serves hit into the floor here than I have in years. And Keller's hit 3 of them.
Second serve, you could hear the sound of that serve by Moscoso.
They honored the dead ball hinder. Keller raised his hand, and Torres agreed. So the replay first serve.
Wow. Terrific serve. Ball came up. Moscoso put it back down. 3-shot rally. Bolivia take a 3-2 lead. Look at the power of that serve, Gary. Incredible.
Power, location. Great combination. Tim, with the great camera angle we're getting from the front wall, our viewers can see that lead foot, the left foot of Moscoso, comes over the line, but the entire foot must clear it in order to be a foot fault. So you see that the heel is still in contact with that service line, which is okay.
Well, Beltran wanted to skip. He looks over to the Mexican group. They tell him not to appeal that decision. Another point for Bolivia, 6-2. That time Montoya takes control, gets a side out. We see doubles, a game of runs compared to singles, as both get an opportunity to serve for their team.
Dead ball hinder replay.
Beltran consistently serving that lob to the right. He's done it all week.
He's enticing a weak return. And he's so quick up front that he has the success to end the rally on that third shot.
That time Moscoso not able to control the ball. A point for Mexico.
So he held up. See what the call is. Probably awarded dead ball hinder. No avoidable.
Well, again, Mexico want to skip. No skip given. Good shot is the decision of our head referee. Half out, Montoya to serve. It looks like they did appeal it after all, but they lost the appeal. 3 serving 6.
So both teams have utilized or used up one appeal.
Montoya serves down the middle. Moscoso took it. Wasn't able to control it. 4 serving 6. Side out Bolivia. Gary, what's the strategy for serving down the middle?
It's a surprise element. Sometimes, especially with the forehand coming from Montoya, they think that they should be able to put the ball away. They try, oftentimes overhit it and set the opponents up.
Looks like Keller broke his strings. That will be an official's timeout. Allows him to replace it.
It also brings the return of servers, the receivers, if you will, in that case, the Bolivians, out of their comfort zone. They're not used to returning in doubles from that area.
Right. What a serve.
Should say the Mexicans, because Bolivia had served that one, that half lob into the middle. Then Moscoso comes in and drills an ace. Should be a point.
Should be. No argument that time from Mexico. You saw Montoya got stuck on the left side. 8 serving 4. Mexico are taking their first time out. Bolivia have taken a lead in game 1, 9 serving 4. What do Mexico need to do? I mean, they just seemed a little bit flat. Moscoso in particular serving extremely well.
Well, number one, if Bolivia is going to score, limit it to the 1s and 2s. Get in and you score. Find a serve that you feel is going to solicit a weak return, just like Bolivia has done here.
And you can see
they'll make their adjustments.
You can see the coaches, Yanko Renteria and Fabian Parilla, having a conversation with the two. Players get 1 minute during a timeout. They get 2 timeouts per game, including tiebreakers.
I want to thank our viewing audience for participating in the streaming since formally and informally, thanks to Tim on YouTube earlier in the week, and beginning Thursday we had the quarters and the semis yesterday, and today the finals. This is the last match of the tournament. It's an 8-day event, and we've been here 10 days, counting, yes, 10 days we've been here. Thank you so much to the LOC, Local Organizing Committee, and all the hospitality.
Moscoso, you can see he's frustrated with himself, went for a little too much. It was a good serve, but he took that ball very high and tried to roll it out.
And once again, the timeout was effective. In the previous match, even Dr. Travers, who I'm not going to say despises, but doesn't use timeouts by and large, he used them up. It's a nice resource.
Wow. Moscoso with that backhand powers it down the left side. Montoya unable to retrieve it. 9 serving 4.
Errant forehand by Keller on the right. Got caught flat-footed.
Terrific shot, Montoya, that time. Beltran gives him a nod. Beltran, the defending world champion in doubles. And you can see why with such quick hands.
Looks like very little effort snapping that reverse pinch winner.
And again, took control, and he's changed his serve. Instead of the lob down the line, hitting a Z serve. Gets a couple of points.
Fist pump from Keller.
Half out on Toyota's serve. Moscoso tried to flick it into the left side. Puts it into the floor. Another point for Mexico.
With the strength of this Mexican team, you can't afford those shots, Tim.
Terrific rally from both teams. It's Bolivia who claimed that rally. Side out, 9-7. Really great hands and reactions from all four players in that rally. Hope you appreciate the camera angles and all the action we've provided to you all week.
These guys are comfortable playing together. They communicate well. They both have all the skills, racket skills. If anything, they need to keep their head. They dominated most of their matches.
Indeed, both teams were quite comfortable in their semifinals. The only trouble they had was when they played each other in the group stages. Keller not quite able to get that one back.
See if he goes back to that power drive left side. There's a timeout.
That's their second and final timeout of this first game. Mexico take it.
We talked about the Mexican coaching staff with Renteria and Parilla, also Pedro Lara. The Bolivian staff is composed of Moscoso's father, senior, Conrado Moscoso, and Gonzalo Amaya. You can see Amaya in the middle, in the white shirt. This is the 31st edition of the Pan American Racquetball Championships. First event was in 1987, held in Caracas, Venezuela as the Torneo de las Americas, Tournament of the Americas. A little while back, tournament became a Pan Am qualifier. So they changed it to the Pan Am Championships. Every 4 years are the Pan Ams. Next year in July, I believe, will be the Pan American Games, racquetball being one of between 30 and 40 disciplines participating. So this is a beginning of the qualifying season. And then next year, this same event will be in Chihuahua, Mexico, which will be part of that qualification.
Moscoso's hit the Z serve from this position this week. Keller puts it down. I think, Gary, Bolivia need Keller to play well in this match. He's known for hitting some terrific kill shots, but strewn in are some errors.
Yeah, limit the number of unforced errors. Play smart. Make the Mexicans score on their own. Don't give them the points.
Terrific from Beltran.
He has that knack. He's been doing it for years.
7-11. See if he sticks with the C serve. Nope, changes it back to the lob. There's that skip we mentioned from Keller. 8 serving 11.
Keller goes down. Beltran wound up, and Keller had nowhere to go, so he ended up sitting down. So what this lob's doing is getting Keller to either overhit or hit it into the floor.
It was all Moscoso. Terrific defense. Then he had his opportunity. Didn't quite put it down. Another point for Mexico.
Unnerving. You hit good shots, they get it. You hit good shots, they get it. Then you have that setup and you floor it. We're talking about that half lob, if you will, down the right side wall. You mentioning that he went away from that drive Z. Look at the score, it's converged. So what's happening is Keller's not able to hit a neutralizing return of serve. I could count probably, you could count probably on your one hand the number of ceiling balls that Rolando Keller has hit this whole week.
This whole week. Yeah, you're probably right. He is known for being very aggressive, and both of them really play with a lot of power. Sometimes if you're not spot on, though, that power leads into skips, errors, and then the points can run away. But let's look at the score line. It's 10 serving 11.
That's correct.
They have the lead. It was probably a wise timeout just to try and change the momentum a little bit. Let's see if they can get back in this. Beltran is the first server for Mexico.
And Beltran's been here so many times. He's the iconic and in the future Hall of Fame racquetball player. He's been here. He knows what they need to do. So he comes back to the half lob. Look, one of the few ceiling balls.
A replay called. You saw the expression from Beltran, but I don't think you want Moscoso or Keller ripping the ball that close to your body.
No, you don't. So the Bolivian coaching staff may have told Keller, hey, play smart. He just hit 2 ceiling balls, and they ended up winning the rally.
Second serve, the ball hit the back wall before hitting the floor.
So they gave a different twist again. They went back to that half lob in the middle, pulling them out of their comfort zone, yet they were able to win that rally and earn the serve back. As you said, Tim, they still find themselves ahead, 11-10 in game 1.
Smart timeout then. And a rare skip from Beltran on that serve. Keller has been serving consistently over to the left, looking for that crack, getting a jam. This time he goes down the right, earns a point for Bolivia.
Crowd's
Wow.
excited.
Wow. Did you see what Moscoso did during that rally?
That's one of his patented shots.
Unbelievable. Threw his legs behind him to the back wall, to the front wall.
He practices that often in Sucre.
And another 14-10. Game point number 1, Bolivia.
Energy feeds energy. Both players from Bolivia feeding off each other.
Not that time, Moscoso. Montoya takes control. Looks like he broke his strings. That'll be an equipment timeout.
In the States, folks, that would be a used timeout if either player had any accessible to them. International play is different. Whether they have any available or not, it's a referee timeout. The player has up to 30 seconds to retrieve another racket. If the referee dictates or the players ask for a shirt change, then they have up to 2 minutes.
In some situations, they need those two minutes to find a shirt from one of their teammates or coach, right, Gary?
Exactly. And in doubles, they have to jive.
Well, side out Mexico. They saved a couple of game points, 10 serving 14. They need 5 for this first game.
The uniform includes the shorts or pants and the top, shirt and or jacket, and they have to be identical for both players.
Well, Moscoso doesn't like that call of replay. You saw his face, but he doesn't appeal the decision. He could. I'm not sure what the discussion is here.
I'm not convinced they'd have a discussion if Torres called a dead ball hinder replay. Perhaps he called an avoidable.
No, I think there's an appeal. I'm not sure what the appeal was, but oh, you're right, Gary. Torres did call.
He called an avoidable. There's an appeal for a dead ball hinder, and the call stood, so it's a handout.
Point for Mexico. Skip ball by Moscoso. 11-14. That was better. Side out Bolivia. Game point. Let's see if they can close it out this time. Keller serving. Well, I thought Montoya was clear.
He's fishing for an avoidable.
And it was given. No appeal from the Bolivians. I'm surprised, Gary. They do have appeals available.
Correct. He wasn't fishing. He was right on.
Well, one of those contentious decisions as always between an avoidable hinder and a replay. You can make up your own mind. We have second serve, still game point. Oh my goodness. This time they'll appeal.
So the call was dead ball hinder replay. Second serve or first serve, there was an appeal.
Call stands. Replay. Some groans from the Bolivians in the crowd. 14-11.
believe this is the 4th game point.
Ripping winner from Montoya. Wow. Side out Mexico. They've saved 4, 11-14.
That's impressive, Tim. With the pace of that serve, not only to get your racket on it, but to do something positive with it.
It's hard to describe unless you see it in person.
Should be a point.
Well, this time we have a replay.
So Beltran hit a reverse that he thought was down. And then the next time he had the opportunity, Moscoso was in front of him.
So a point for Mexico, 12-14. Bolivia take their second and final timeout.
Incredible dynamics here. So 2 of the matches previous, we had blowouts in game 1. And the other 2, including this one, is very, very tight. Bolivia could not cash in on 4 opportunities for the first game, and let's see if they get the 5th.
You can see Beltran having a conversation with Montoya. Renteria, their coach, also having a quick word. Hope you appreciate all the camera angles and little things that we're doing to try and make this a really entertaining event. It is in person if you ever have a chance to come and participate. We should mention the World Seniors coming up after the World Championships in August. 35 and above in New Mexico in the United States. It's a great event. In fact, several of the coaches, etc., here go to the World Seniors and compete in that event. Gary, the director of that.
And some of the players in this open event qualify to play as well, Beltran being one of them. Another point, 13-14.
Well, a skip was called.
Oh, they called a skip?
Mexico appeal.
Much to their disgust.
The call stands, loss of appeal. A wry smile from Montoya. You can see him. He's not happy with that. But that's the call. He has to move on. Little word. Beltran, the more experienced. Montoya won the Junior World Championships in 2015. So Torres, our official, said that Moscoso crossed that line, the dotted line, before the ball. Therefore, it's a point for Mexico. 13-14. Plenty of discussion in game 1.
Violation, invasion Spanish. It was a nice move, Tim, to come in and take it with the forehand. He just was too quick. Yet they cash in on the return of the next one. So it's 14-13, 5th game point opportunity for Bolivia.
Well, game 1 goes to Bolivia. I think Mexico wanted to appeal, but guess what, Gary? No appeals remaining. So the call stands. Bolivia take game number 1, 15-13.
So
we'll take
Keller, different twist on that one, comes left, and much to the surprise of Montoya, he wasn't able to return it.
Terrific athleticism on display for Moscoso, who rips the winner there. Look at the fist pump. 15-13 is the score. We'll take a quick commercial break and be back with you in just a minute.
We're back, folks. Gary Mazeroff, Tim Baghurst, Laura McCormick. Tim will be back momentarily. This is game 2. Bolivia won 15-13 in game 1. Mexico serving. Alvaro Beltran.
Skip called. You can see Beltran's expression. He'll appeal this. Call stands. 0 serving 1. Beltran very expressive. Second server.
We've spoken many times this week about his game style. He seems so nonchalant, yet when he needs to, he has the composure and the wherewithal to elevate it. Let's see what he does in game 2 here. Turn it on, if you will.
Great shot, Montoya. Down the left side.
So if you were Beltran's coach, Tim, what would you say to him?
Punch it, Gary.
Got it.
You can hear the expression, the frustration. 2 serving 0.
So Mexico's putting together the formula for getting back into the match, taking an early lead.
Well, you can see Beltran, he didn't like that call, but didn't argue it. Three serving 0. This is what Mexico needed in game 2.
He put his hand up saying 2 bounces, didn't get the call, and he proceeded to skip in that backhand. As you say, no argument.
0 serving 3. Ace serve from Keller. You saw it crack just over the line. Couldn't do anything about that, Mexico. They look back to see if they should appeal. Coaches wisely advised them not to. Looks like Beltran is bleeding a little bit.
It's the same serve he gave on game point number 1. So he's continually attacking that left side.
That time it's Moscoso who makes the error. 1 serving 3. The other Bolivians do seem to be serving over to the left side. The less experienced Montoya. Beltran has many doubles titles to his name. Wow. Terrific control from that return. Such quick hands, and he did something with it. But a skip that time from Keller. We talked about that in game 1, Gary, the importance of Keller playing a clean game.
Limit his unforced errors. Be aggressive but smart.
Wow, clever shot, Moscoso.
Coming from deep left to close in right, flicking a backhand sidewall front wall winner.
3-2, second server. Well, you saw that time Moscoso ran up to take it on his forehand. He did that in the last game and got called for encroachment. Not that time. Such power on these serves. You can tell who skipped it. It was Moscoso. Slaps his leg in frustration. Terrific rally. Beltran calling off his partner Montoya to hit that last shot. Looks like Beltran is going to get that knee taken care of. So he's entitled to an injury timeout. Gary, explain the rules behind this.
Anytime there's an injury determined by the official and or the medical staff due to contact or bleeding, a player or team is entitled to up to 15 minutes per match collectively. So, for example, if they're tending to his left knee, maybe it will have taken a minute and a half. Then he's entitled to 13 and a half more minutes as the match goes on. But again, it has to be bleeding and it has to be contact. No pre-existing.
So as part of that, the other players are not permitted to exit the court, which is why you see them there. You can see Andre Paria over on the right. He was a semifinalist yesterday.
That hurt.
Well, it's great to see that even in a tense final, there's some humor. Oh, what great entertainment from Beltran.
And the medical staff.
He is the showman for sure. We hope you enjoyed that little moment with us here.
So the referee will notate the amount of time it took during that official injury timeout. We talked about over the week, these floors not being varnished. A positive side is that we have a few towel timeouts, unlike other facilities that have the urethane. Yet the surface is hard, and when players leave their feet, they're going to get more bruises and they're going to get cuts. Skip ball called?
Well, Roland Keller, credit to him, told his partner that one skipped. Side out. 3 serving 2. Again, a cagey start to this second game. That time, no argument about the skip. We all saw it with that great left camera angle. I think they were just checking the score. Montoya.
That was a great serve. Wrapped around, but Moscoso so quick. Early racket preparation, good feet, balance, and rips a winner.
Gonna skip that time. Some may not be familiar with this Bolivian pair. Oh, a broken ball, I believe. So that should be a replay. You can see Moscoso squeezing it. That's the only way to check whether a ball is broken. But Moscoso was a runner-up in the 2014 World Championships, and then a third-place finisher in 2016. So he has a fine pedigree of international experience, and his partner Keller has been playing with him for quite some time in doubles. It was a terrific get for Montoya to stay in that point, forcing Keller into the mistake.
Keller won this event in doubles in 2012, the last time we were here with Ricardo Monroy, his previous partner, who is now coaching the national Dominican Republic team.
We hope to see them in Cali, Colombia this August for the World Championships. We hope you will join us while we stream that event, previously held there in 2016. Also on the calendar, South American Games, Central Caribbean Games.
Handcuffed him.
Still 3-2. Beautiful from Moscoso, catching Beltran with that pinch. Second server.
This game's been going on a long time, this second game. 3-2, a lot of side outs.
Side out Bolivia. Looks like the Bolivians are having a conversation. Packed schedule for the IRF this year. Don't forget the Junior World Championships as well. In Mexico in November, San Luis Potosí.
Three-shot rally, that's what they're looking for. And with the pace that they put on the ball, they're going to get a lot of them, Tim.
Keller tries to go through his legs. You can see he looks up to the ceiling. Why did I do that? It's a half out. Moscoso to serve.
Couple left up shots. First by Bolivia, then the second one by Beltran. And Moscoso ends the rally front corner.
Skip in the back court by Moscoso. You could hear the serve, just ripped it. Montoya got it deep. Moscoso with the error. Side out, 3 serving 4. Wow, incredible backhand winner. Avoidable hinder called. This time Beltran doesn't argue. You could see he got stuck on the wall. Keller held up so as not to hit him. Point awarded, excuse me, side out awarded for Bolivia. Great shot as Beltran let the ball wrap around him. Half out. Well, I think we'll have lots of discussion here. Bolivia up not to appeal. Side out Mexico. So difficult for our official with these four ripping the ball so hard in front of him. Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
What a great exchange. Boom, 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 winner.
The Bolivian fans like that here. Many of them have played in the juniors and challenger division this week, cheering on their home players. I think Moscoso wanted a replay, felt that he was hindered by Montoya, but it's not given. 5 serving for Mexico.
Great serve on that drive Z deep. Moscoso trying to do something positive with 38 feet. Shot, skipped it in.
Wow, did he get that?
From our vantage point, he did.
The Bolivians don't like it. Again, they can appeal. And you can see Moscoso frustrated. It looked like he got it, but again, it's so hard to see with 4 people in front of you.
You had one linesperson disagree, one agree, so the call stands. An appeal used.
7-4 is the score. The last match of these Pan Am Championships. A reminder that these are played each year, and how each team does in these tournaments determine how many teams or which teams go to the Pan Am Games held every 4 years and how many players they can take. Next year it will be in Lima, Peru. The last time it was held, 2015, in Toronto, Canada. And what a great event that was, Gary.
Absolutely. They took a waterfront building and converted it into a squash and a racquetball venue, side by side. It was very impressive what they did. The whole city got behind it. We were treated like queens and kings, and it was an honor to be part of that, Tim.
So we're looking forward to being there again next year. Of course, if you're interested in the schedule of IRF events, go to our website, internationalracquetball.com. Click on events, and you can see live events, past event results, and future events.
And last night, the Gringos got a lead into the Peruvian games by going to the Peruvian restaurant down the street from Hotel Dreams.
We have been well treated here in Temuco. What a wonderful city It is. So good timeout from Bolivia. Errant shot from Montoya. 4 serving 7. Let's see if the Bolivians can get some points on their serve. It was close, but short called. Moscoso attacking that ball as it came off the back wall. Point for Bolivia. 5 serving 7.
A great serve, Tim. He went back to what got him game 1 when he went left and caught Montoya off guard.
Soft hands. Took all the pace off that shot, guiding it into the corner. It was a great serve, but solid defense from Montoya, going to the ceiling, putting Moscoso in the backcourt. Bolivia are appealing that Montoya got that on the second bounce. Wow, one agrees and one disagrees, so the call stands. Some groans from the Bolivians in the crowd. Nowhere to watch. Players and fans all around us in our booth as they watch from the screen. We also have a screen in the club, Centro Deportivo, where many are watching this live stream. We hope you're enjoying all this coverage. Such drama. 7 serving 6. Terrific effort by Moscoso to stay in that point and eventually close it out. Second server. You could see the athleticism of this young player. Several of his matches from his efforts in the World Championships, for example, as well as Junior World Championships, are available on our YouTube channel. Wow. What a point. Terrific entertainment. Such effort from all 4 players. Beautiful hands from Moscoso. Montoya knows what he's going to do, but it's just too good. Inch perfect from the Bolivian. So I think what's happening here is our official, Fabian Torres from Colombia, has asked the players to change their shirts. That's a rule the IRF has. At any point, the official can call a timeout requesting that players change their shirts. If they're too wet, obviously it creates delays. So let's get their shirts changed so that we can get back on court. So here you can see the Bolivians changing their shirts. And again, these shirts have to match exactly. The only thing different that can be on them is if a player has their name on the back. They're entitled to have that, of course. Otherwise, they should be identical. We've had some controversy this week regarding this. But here we go. Back on the court. Go Bolivia. It's 6-7. Mexico wearing the red, Bolivia the white.
Tim, you alluded to this many times earlier about getting points in bunches and the tide changes. You get momentum from one team and then the other one stops it and then they do it. This plays into the hands of Bolivia who won game one. I would have thought Mexico would have a larger lead by this point.
Great hands, Moscoso. I love these camera angles just to see their footwork. So small, the steps they take to get in position. Great serve, Keller. Beltran wanted a short, doesn't get it. Point for Bolivia.
Pressure mounting on Mexico right now.
Wow, that time Moscoso just got it all wrong. But it's second server. Still in an opportunity to score points. You can see Beltran looking behind him. He was checking the score. It's up on a screen for all the fans to see. Connected to a tablet that our official uses to keep track of time, timeouts, appeals, and score. Well, look at Montoya.
Non-retrievable ace. Pounded it. Speeds well in excess of 150 miles per hour. Incredible. We talked about pace and location.
Skip from Beltran, 10-7. Bolivia find themselves 5 points away from this title and a gold medal at the Pan Am Championships. Wow, great shot, Montoya. Deep in the corner, splat winner. Side out, Mexico with a chance to score points.
So Tim, Alvaro went with a different twist on that serve. He moved over to the left, hit a nick lob high and deep. Paid off, they got a point.
Make that 2. 9 serving 10. Another point, maybe Bolivia take a timeout. Let's see.
Dead ball hinder replay.
No, I think the avoidable hinder was called. 10 serving 10.
So there's no argument, no appeal. There's a block.
Wow, Montoya again. You saw the athleticism of Moscoso diving to the right to stay in the point. Montoya just rips another winner. Suddenly, Mexico have the lead, 11-10. Bolivia do take their timeout. They have 1 minute to regroup, change the momentum. It's been back and forth this entire match.
It has. Blinked our eyes, Mexico forges ahead. They were just behind, 7-10. Bolivia had the momentum. And here we are. Mexico trying to close game 2 out to force another tiebreaker. We've had tiebreakers in each of the 3 previous matches today. Wonderful opportunity for the world to watch racquetball here. Temuco, Chile. We've learned to endearingly call it the capital of the world.
Really is a beautiful city. We enjoyed a day off here, going to Pucón and seeing some sights around Temuco, and really hope that you get an opportunity to visit this beautiful country yourselves. Right now, though, we're in the action. This is game number 2. Bolivia took the first, 15-13. They were up 10-7 in the second, but it's Mexico who've taken the last 4 points. They're on first server. Bolivia took a timeout. Let's see if the timeout helped them. Beltran having a conversation with Montoya. Beltran, look at his expression. He'll appeal this. And it's overturned by the 2 officials. And you saw Torres, a little apology that he got the call wrong. That's why we have the appeal system. Point for Mexico.
So that ball went over the 12-foot line. Is that accurate?
Yes.
12-foot demarcation on the back wall, folks.
Look at this.
Oh.
And Bolivia switched sides so that Moscoso could take that forehand. Didn't work in their favor. Suddenly, game point, Mexico, 14-10. Tiebreaker, Gary.
Incredible. We were talking about the ebb and flow. Bolivia up 10-7. Alvaro comes in. Different twist. The nuances of coaching. We'll assume the coaching staff said, hey, go with the high Nick lob, right side. So he moves his position. Consequently, they run 8 straight points and force a tiebreaker. That's impressive, Tim.
Welcome back, everybody. Tim Baghurst joined by Gary Mazeroff for the 4th tiebreaker in the 4th match we've streamed today. Highlights just how close these matches are.
Great opportunity again, Tim. So Mexico ran 8 straight after Beltran came in to serve and changed the mentality. He changed to a high Nick lob, right side. They've earned the opportunity to serve. I'm convinced that they'll do the same thing till Bolivia changes their mentality. You mentioned that they went to switch sides, and Conrado went over to take that serve, but it didn't work either.
So Mexico scored 28 points to 25 from Bolivia, so they have the option to serve first. They don't have to, because only one of the members of the team get an opportunity to serve the first time a game starts.
I was indicating in a previous match, I've yet to see somebody elect to receive in the tiebreaker. They may not get the serve.
Again.
Yet it's their choice.
Not sure what the discussion is.
Maybe the length of the racket.
Maybe Alvaro can stop hitting the ball so we can hear.
Sometimes players go out and they grab another racket from their bag. There's a rule that the racket cannot be more than 22 inches, including all parts, including the grip. Sometimes they'll try and get a little advantage with an extended grip. And so they grab another racket out of their bag.
So we're just listening in here. The discussion has to do with what happens if the tether on the racket comes off during a rally. Gary, you were involved in that conversation. Can you explain?
Yes, I can, and I will. So the dialogue had to do with the safety cord coming out or coming off the racket during a rally, and the call is to stop play for safety reasons, and it's an avoidable hinder. So
similar to if
or if it's the same as losing your racket.
Mm-hmm.
Or eye guards. If the eye guards come off the eyes, it's automatic. It should be automatic. Stop play for safety first, and then make the determination. Eye guards are automatic as soon as they come off the eyes. If the racket comes out of the hands, the same. And the safety cord.
Strange time to have that rule for clarification at the beginning of a tiebreaker. Beltran plunging to his right, not able to keep the ball up. Side out, Bolivia.
Let's see if they can change the momentum, get it back.
Quick point for Bolivia. They strike first. Keller serving hard to the left, sometimes throwing in one to the right. Oh my goodness, Moscoso. Beltran hit it right back at him. So close. Second server. That time Keller puts one down. He struggled in game 2 to do that. 2 points for the Bolivians. Mexico looked to their coaching staff Point for Bolivia. Remember, it's first to 11, win by 1.
Just what the doctor ordered, Tim. Change the momentum, get some points. And they have.
Side out Mexico.
Lining up for the same serve, Nick lob high, right side.
Wow. Blistering shot. Keller punched it through the right side for a winner. Half out.
Dead ball hinder called.
So here come Bolivia. Only 1 point earned with those opportunities for Mexico.
Critical inning right here.
Keller skips it. Grimace from him. Beautiful from Montoya.
Said critical inning. Bolivia kept Mexico at bay in the previous inning, but they weren't able to expand that lead, so it's 1-3 tiebreak.
And you can see the fist pump from Beltran and Montoya. Backhand winner, a point for Mexico. Beltran sticking with that serve. Just pure power from Montoya. Just drove it straight at Moscoso.
Body language has changed, folks.
Both teams have 2 timeouts. That's a good shot from Keller over on the left side. It cracks out. Second server.
Yeah, Alvaro wasn't able to get that kiss off the side wall that time.
Moscoso drives one down the middle, but it's 2 bounces. Side out for Bolivia. 3-3. It's now a game to 8. No room around us. Everybody watching the screens.
So Ward's a dead ball hindered Alvaro. They'll replay it. Each of these 3 games, Tim, are telling pretty much the same story. One team forges ahead, the other team backs it up, goes ahead. Now they're tied.
Beltran cracks it out. Montoya slaps the ground in frustration. Second server. Excuse me, Moscoso. Moscoso showing some errors. They do hit the ball so hard, you wonder if a little fatigue is creeping in. It's been a long tournament for both teams. Wow. Between the legs winner for Moscoso. Second server.
Old hat for him.
Montoya with the drive serve. No. Changes it. Bolivians want to skip. Good shot is called. Point for Mexico. They take the lead the first time in this tiebreaker. 4 serving 3. Make that 5. 5 unanswered points for Mexico. Bolivia were up 3-0. It's now 5-3.
Momentum swings. Timeout.
Just a reminder, if you're interested in the results from this tournament, go to our website, internationalracquetball.com. Go to events and live events, and you should see the draws and results there for not only the main draw, but also the juniors division, as well as the challenger and age divisions. Matches have gone well into the night this week. It's been tremendous fun. Plenty of competition. Also, we'll have these matches up on our YouTube channel soon. Be sure to visit there and subscribe to YouTube so that you get notified when these matches go live. So here we go, 5 serving 3. Second server. Bolivia need a side out.
Tim, latter part of game 2, Bolivia had all the momentum. They were looking to close it out. If you look at the score, Mexico scored 11, Bolivia 3.
Keller finally puts the ball away.
Another timeout. And another side out.
What drama, what a way to finish this championships. Should be a point for Bolivia. 4 serving 5.
Ripped it into that crack left side.
It should be an avoidable hinder, Gary.
I agree.
You could see that Montoya impeded Moscoso from taking that shot. 5 serving 5. Bolivia took their timeout, got the side out, and have earned 2 points since. Wow, great shot, Montoya down the right side. Knew Keller was over on the left. Second server. Moscoso to serve.
After 8 days, he's still able to pound those serves, Tim.
Should be a replay. You saw Moscoso was there, wanted to hit the ball off the back wall, held up so as not to hit Montoya. Flinging get from Montoya earlier in that rally kept him alive.
Now it reverts back to first serve. Dead ball hinder during the rally nullifies a previous fault serve.
Well, that one cracks out on the left side. Montoya frustrated with himself. The Bolivians do seem to be hitting it a lot down Montoya's side in this match. So second serve coming up. I'm not sure what the call was.
Speculating it may have been a foot fault.
Expect a Z serve. Skip from Keller on the right side. Side out Mexico. 5 serving 6. I'm not sure if there's an appeal. It looks like there is. Good shot was the decision. I'm not sure what the discussion is. I think he was asking how many appeals he had available.
I think he indicated 2. Score is 6-5. 5-6.
Skip from Moscoso. Point Mexico. First to 5. And a broken ball. That'll be a replay. Well, Gary, you've talked about it in this match, but these two teams really have played extremely well in this tournament, and the two best teams are on display. And as you like to say,
the cream rises.
The cream rises, indeed.
We'll see whose cream it is, or the color of the cream, whether it's white or red.
Well, currently it's Mexico that leads 7-6. Moscoso not able to control the serve of Montoya. Skip again from Keller. We mentioned that. It looks like Bolivia will take their second and final timeout. Mexico lead it 8-6, 3 points away from this gold medal. Gary, put yourself in the head coaching position for Bolivia. What do you tell these players?
Be smart. Don't try to do too much. Get into serve. Get back in the game. You're only 2 down. Be confident with your skill set. Communicate well. One point at a time. You can see Keller throwing the finger up. One at a time.
And he is surrounded by a huge Bolivian contingent here, playing across divisions.
Correct. On Mexico, I'm saying keep going with those same serves. Make them make the mistake.
So
You've outscored them significantly in the latter part of game 2 and this game together.
here we go. 8 serving 6. Second serve, a little too high. But Moscoso skips it. Not what they needed, Bolivia.
Get your head in the match, Conrado, before it's too late.
Pure power from Montoya. But again, too high. Second serve coming up. And it's Montoya again, controlling this tiebreaker. They've been picking on him on the left side, and he's starting to come alive. Match point number 1, 10 serving 6.
We had a rare 3 ceiling exchange there, then 2 over hits, and then the put away.
There it is. No, we might have an appeal. Moscoso says he was impeded, he couldn't see. Let's see what our line judges say. Everything's quiet. Wow, 1 agrees, 1 disagrees. That's the match. Mexico claimed the title of Pan Am champions. What a match, Gary Mazeroff, to finish this tournament.
The cream rose. 4 tiebreakers. Great racquetball the entire week. And what a way to finish off the tournament. 31st edition. Thanks for working with us, Tim. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Diego. Thank you, Pablo. And thank you, Gustavo.
Well, thank you, everybody, for joining in and watching what we've been putting forward with international racquetball. Of course, we're going to have more tournaments coming up over the year. We hope you follow along on our Facebook page and website. But until next time, thank you for watching.